In a relationship for almost a year. Propose to her, she says yes. Engage.jpg. Move in together. For the first time, see her without her makeup and hair extensions, which I didn't know she wore. Holy frickin' shit. What the frick? She looks so bad, bros. Literally, her bone structure is different and ugly. It's been 3 months and I have barely slept because of how worried I am. What the frick have I done /B? I'm engaged to someone extremely ugly. I cannot do this. And before the self-righteous a-holes grilling me about being superficial, none of you would choose to marry someone you are not attracted to either, D-heads. So whatever. That feeling when no Burger King girlfriend. That feeling when she will never tell you, you can have it your way. That feeling when she will never ask you to eat perfect toppers off her a-hole. That feel when she will never tell you to rule the day in her BK buns. One word. Suffering. I'm a Burger King. Where's my Burger Queen? I just took about 1/3 of a bottle of these gummies and instead of my skin getting darker, I feel really frickin' tired. Is this a side effect of melanin supplements? Makes you lazy. Sounds like it's working. Be today. Be Australian. Woke up sick. Call work to let them know I can't come in. Yeah, no worries, mate. Contact local GP. Appointment free and same day because subsidized social health care. Paid sick leave because strong labor movement that guarantees working rights. Now nobody at work will catch my cold. Food for customers not contaminated by my cold. Company doesn't lose money because my sick leave is government subsidized. All bills continue to be paid on time. My day is stress-free because I have time to relax and recover. Today is yet another day I'm glad I'm not an American. Be awkward. Lonely, kissless, hugless virgin that's never had female attention. Washing dishes at work. Minding my own business. Pretty waitress girl walks up to me. Hey Non, do you want to go out on a date? Sure. She starts laughing. Her coworker waitress friend, who's also a Stacy, comes in the back with a kazoo and confetti. It was a dare! They laugh while saying in unison. How do you respond? And myself on the spot in front of them. Be me, former metal band vocalist, now in my late 30s. Mildly schizo unironically, living in a house with 5 roommates. In the middle of the night, I have this half dream where I'm performing a major show and I'm about to scream, "What the frick's up, Milwaukee?" For some reason, my half-assed brain actually wakes up and I scream this out with a perfect metal scream. Frickin' everyone ends up in my room and I start bawling, telling them it's my effed up brain. Turns out one of my roommates was Twitch streaming and clipped it. Same thing borderline happens again within the same week. What do I do about this? Wakes up. What the frick's up, Milwaukee? Goes back to sleep. Lactose intolerant. Still drink tall glasses of milk anyways. Why am I like this? Be me. 24. Broke as hell. Working part-time at a gas station. See all these dudes on social media living the high life with sugar babies. Think to myself, how hard can it be? Decide to join one of those sugar daddy websites to live the dream. Create a profile, lie about being a tech entrepreneur. Within a week, match with a girl named Sabrina, 22. She's stunning, model tier looks, way out of my league. She messages me first, calls me daddy. Panic internally but play it cool. Of course, baby girl. She asks what I do for work. Tell her I'm in investments. She buys it and says she's looking for someone generous. Agree to take her out for dinner at a fancy restaurant downtown. Check my bank account, $84.37. Show up in my best Goodwill suit, praying she doesn't notice the scuffed shoes. She orders the most expensive items on the menu. Lobster, filet mignon, $18 cocktail. Order the cheapest thing for myself, side salad and tap water. Bill comes, nearly $200, and I'm sweating bullets. Swipe my debit card, praying it doesn't decline. It works, but now I'm in debt. She says, "You're so generous, Daddy," and kisses my cheek. Feel like I'm living the dream for 5 seconds. Next day, she texts asking for a little gift, specifically $500 for bills. Tell her I'm waiting on a big payout and can send it next week. She says it's okay, but her tone seems off. Try to stall her while scraping together cash. Sell my own PlayStation, donate plasma, and pick up an extra shift. Finally send her $500 via Venmo. Feel like a real sugar daddy for once. She replies, "Thanks, Daddy," and disappears for 2 days. Posts pics on Instagram with a caption, "Self-care day." She's holding shopping bags from Gucci and sipping champagne. Realize I'm just funding her shopping sprees while eating instant ramen every night. Finally confront her, say I'm not a bank. She laughs and says, "That's kind of the point, isn't it?" Block her on everything and delete my profile. My face when I thought being a sugar daddy was all fun and no consequences. My face when I'm just a broke guy pretending to be rich. And now I post this on 4Chan. I'm a frickin' idiot. 33. NEET for basically entire life. No high school or college education. Dropped out of school in 9th grade. Never worked. Have left house maybe 6 times in past 15 years. Zero social skills. Obese. Never had a face-to-face interaction with someone my own age throughout my teens and 20s. 5 foot 3 inches. Never had a job. Can't drive. Never had friends. Parents are broke, so I won't inherit anything. No skills. Never exercised in my entire life. Have had probably fewer than 10 IRL interactions within the past 20 years. How do I get out of this? I've literally just played video games since dropping out of high school when I was 15. It was pretty fun, but my parents' money is running out. How hard are 6-figure jobs to get? Be me. Never done laundry in my life. Moved directly from my parents' house into a house with my girlfriend. Mom has always complained about how tough it is to do laundry while my dad is at work. Girlfriend complains about how much laundry she has to do with us and our 2 kids. Eventually divorce, and I'm living by myself. Dreading laundry.wave. Throw clothes in the machine, come back 2 hours later and take them out. What is their problem? BA Non, 26, work a mundane office job. Pays good, but life feels routine. Enter Leela. 25, new hire, radiant smile, makes the office less dull. She's outgoing, always cracking jokes, everyone loves her energy. We start talking during lunch breaks, and she seems genuinely interested in me. One day, she suggests grabbing drinks after work, and I agree. Fast forward, we're dating, and it's perfect. At first. She's always excited to hang out, planning cute dates, texting me nonstop. Feel like I've hit the jackpot. A girlfriend who works with me. What could go wrong? Months pass and things shift. She starts nitpicking. Didn't text her fast enough, forgot her favorite coffee order. Notice how her bubbly charm with coworkers sometimes borders on flirtation. My friends warn me, say they've overheard rumors about her being messy in past relationships. Brush it off. She wouldn't do that to me, right? 6 months in, cracks widen. She's venting about me to our coworkers. Stuff like how I lack ambition and don't support her goals. Feel humiliated. Even my closest work friends start avoiding me. Try to address it calmly, but she flips it around, calling me too sensitive. One day, overhear her telling someone I'm jealous and controlling. Confront her after work, and it blows up into a huge fight. She denies everything, accuses me of trying to silence her voice. Decide I've had enough and end things. Breakup unleashes hell. She starts crying to our coworkers about how I ruined her mental health. Accuses me of cheating, spreading lies that I'm unstable. Management calls me in to discuss workplace dynamics. Can't prove anything, it's her word against mine, and she's got the sympathy card. Find out she's been cozying up to the boss, subtly bad-mouthing me in conversations. Other coworkers stop inviting me to after-work hangouts, start treating me like I'm radioactive. HR gets involved after she complains I'm creating a hostile work environment. I'm forced to sit through awkward mediation sessions while she plays the victim. Start dreading going to work. Feel paranoid every time I overhear laughter in the break room. One day, Leela starts dating another coworker, and I hear the cycles repeating. She's already spinning stories about how her exes mistreated her to gain sympathy. Realize I've got no future here. Update my resume and start applying for jobs elsewhere. Leave the company within 2 months. Reputation in tatters. My face when all I wanted was an office romance. Ended up with a living nightmare. My face when I learned the hard way to never mix work and relationships. 2 years ago, my wife began denying me sex, citing a complete loss of sexual drive. When I expressed my needs, she bluntly suggested I find someone else, even giving me explicit permission to have an affair. With her consent, I found a mistress, a 24-year-old single mother of a little girl. My wife and I are both 31, 32. I always respected my wife's boundaries and never brought home my mistress to our home. Well, yesterday I discovered that my wife is having an affair to get back at me. Part of me is angry, saddened, and backstabbed. I mean, how is this getting back at me? We stopped having sex because she said no, and I found a mistress with her explicit consent. We have a prenup, so I'm not losing much from this divorce. Still, I don't understand her or what went wrong. Be me, 16 or so in high school. Older sports jock. Hey, Anon. Wanna hang out, play games with my girlfriend and her sister? Hell yeah, love video games. Sister is in my grade. Cutie 8 out of 10 but has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is actually really cool and I talk to him time to time. Go over, they asked to play Halo 2. Game time. I played online like a degen those days. I destroy everybody, not even close. I'm laughing as I destroy them. Even teabagging. The whole 9 yards. They couldn't touch me. I was a frickin' god compared to them. Feels good, .jpg. Finish up and all leave, say goodbye. Think nothing of it. Fast forward few months, run into girl's boyfriend. Some random topic came up. Anon, we've stopped dating like 6 months ago. My face when that was a double date. My face when I remember teabagging and laughing the whole time. Pick unrelated. Comfort food. All food is supposed to be comforting. There's no non-comfort food that's worth cooking. Soul food. It's just basic American homemade dishes, but greasier and overcooked. Creamy probably means it is tasteless without being buried in heavy whipping cream to mask the taste. Garlicky, see above, just replace whipping cream with garlic. Fusion, oh wow, you added soy sauce to it, such fusion. Literal autistic tard triggered by everyday words and phrases, thread number 43923948234. Be me, 23, dating my girlfriend Amy for about a year. She's smart, funny, and we've got great chemistry. Spend most weekends together, share everything, or so I thought. One night, we're chilling at her apartment, and she falls asleep early. Her phone buzzes on the table, and curiosity gets the better of me. Pick it up to check the notification. Nothing major, just a random group chat. While I'm holding it, I notice the Notes app in her recent apps. Open it casually, thinking it might be a grocery list or something mundane. What I find is unsettling. A long, meticulously organized list of men's names. Dozens of them. Some with dates, others with short notes. Stuff like 7 out of 10, great body but too quiet, or 4 out of 10, weird smell. Scroll down, heart racing, and see the timeline overlaps with when we start dating. It's not just her past, it's recent. Keep scrolling up, and yup, my name is on there too. Apparently I'm 6 out of 10, great stamina but talks too much. Feel like I've been punched in the gut. Why the hell would someone do this? Is it a joke? A dare? Wake her up and confront her, shaking with anger and confusion. She looks panicked, tries to grab her phone back and stammers something about, "It's just a dumb thing." Press her harder and she finally admits the truth. "I just like keeping track," she says, like it's no big deal. Admits she's slept with every guy on the list, rating them to remember the experience. Ask her how she could do this while we were together. She deflects, says it's not about me and that everyone has a past. Point out that it's not just her past, it's during our relationship too. She says never meant for me to find out, as if that makes it better. Spend the next few days in a haze, trying to process everything. Can't shake the feeling of betrayal and humiliation. Every time I look at her, I feel like just another number on her stupid list. End things a week later, but not before she tries to guilt trip me. "I thought you loved me," she says, as if that erases everything. Cut ties completely, block her on everything, and move on. My face when I'll never trust anyone with a Notes app again. My face when I'm just a 6 out of 10 in someone's bizarre Yelp review of hookups. Be me. Reading thread about autism. See link to an autism quotient test. Do it knowing well that I'm autistic. 42 out of 50. Say to myself, this can't be right. I'm not that autistic. Wife takes the test. 10 out of 50. Colleague from work who clearly is autistic takes test. 21 out of 50. I guess I really am that autistic. I got 29. Someone with 42 has a wife. Yeah, I don't think my issue is autism. Narrator here. I'm assuming just like the viewers. I was very interested in finding out what my score would be, so I looked up a test. I won't name it, but I got a 9 out of 50. So these troubles are definitely not from autism. We greentext our steak/meat horror stories. I'll start. Be me, at my distant cousin's house for dinner. I love steak. We're having filet for dinner, so I'm excited. See my much older cousin at the grill cooking the steaks. He turns the steaks over by stabbing them with forks instead of tongs. I start to worry. He asks how I like my steak. Medium rare. Maybe it'll turn out good. They're done. So he stabs them off the grill and puts them on a plate. He immediately picks up the fork and a big knife. Oh God, no. Begins cutting into the steaks straight off the grill. Delicious meat juice starts running out of the fillets. Oh, the humanity. Keeps cutting until all of the steaks are in a half-inch thin strips. I want to cry out. Can't because I don't want to be rude. $150 worth of filet mignon destroyed. Proceed to eat the grayest, toughest, driest, most horrible steak of my life. I should have been rude. I should have stopped him. I could have stopped him. Never forget. Why don't you shave that body? Get laser hair removal. Throw out all your male underwear and replace them with cute panties. Invest in stuff like nail polish, makeup, and girls' clothes. Diet to become close to underweight BMI. You can become such a cute boy if you did all those steps, ain't on? Sounds like a lot of effort to get disowned. Aliens come to Earth, tell humanity that it must choose one of its races to be eliminated before they share their knowledge and tech. A worldwide anonymous poll is held where you just have to think of which race to get rid of. None is an option as well. Plot twist, as the poll ends, everyone who voted for a certain race gets a corresponding symbol tattooed on their face. Aliens instantly leave without purging anyone or saying a word. Chaos ensues. I just dipped my Doritos in my cup of shrimp instant noodles. This shit is freaking life-changing. Girl is super athletic, extremely popular, and top in the class. Guy she crushes on does nothing except play video games and watch anime. It's like they're not even trying. Watch a movie with the folks. Accidentally say based during one scene. Parents hear and ask me what it means. Panic slightly and say it's just a way of saying something is cool. Parents now regularly refer to things as based. Be me. Woman says I have a small D in a Twitter argument. Sue for defamation. She hires an attorney. She, a judge, and her attorney are mandated to view my D-pics and concede. It is indeed at least average, accounting for heterogeneity. Have summer job as a fisherman's assistant. Got the job thanks to my uncle who's old friends with a fisherman. Every morning we take his boat and place a few fishing nets. Every evening we take the fish that get caught in the nets. Do whatever he asks me to do. Do this for 3 weeks. Fisherman is 50-ish and tough as a rock. Never says a word except commands in regards of fishing. Fourth evening I try to pull a net full of fish. Slip and fall into the water, right on the net with the fish. Water isn't that cold and I just chill with the fish. Fisherman leans over railing, looks at me struggling in the net with a bunch of fish jumping around and says, "Looks like I've caught myself a merman, and an ugly one at that." Laugh and say, "I'm not a mere man, I am Poseidon, god of the sea." He smiles for the first time. "Then I've caught my own god. Help me and I grant you whatever you want." "How many wishes do I get?" "As many fishes in your net." "How many fishes are there then?" I dive and pretend to take a look and say, "As many as you had lovers." His mood changes and he stares at me sadly. "Just one then." "Then I wish I'd caught her in my net instead of you." My god. We are both silent for a moment and he pulls me up. I tell him I wish I could grant him his wish. Aye, she was a goddess. We get on with our work. He taught me a great deal. And that moment was when he opened up to me. One great man. Be me, junkie, sitting in a dark alley trying to end the bedbugs with meth smoke. See a couple walk by, well-dressed, clearly have money. Take what's yours, dog wave. Jump out of the alley and say, "Look, no one needs to get hurt, just give me your money wallet and purse." The guy says, "Oh, so you want to hold my wife down and force your pee-pee into her butt while I watch helplessly from across the street, huh?" Wait, what? He pulls his wife's pants down and runs across the street. She looks at me and licks her lips. My face went, "I just wanted some frickin' meth, you frickin' cucks." Oh yeah, I smell some gamer girl feet. Skitters towards your feet on all fours. "M'lady, please, I've been so good." Why am I IP banned from making threads but you aren't? Be me. With wife watching TV, our 5-year-old daughter runs up to me. "Look at what I drew, Dad." "Look at picture." "Man, you're a real autist." Meant to say artist. Wife and daughter thought I said artist. Thank God. Close call. Work in an hour. Year of our Lord, 1195. Summer is fresh in the air. God blessed us with a pregnant mare again. About to catch an afternoon nap until I see a glint in the corner of my eye. The Lord's entourage riding down the road in full armor. Must be here for the yearly piss levy. Act busy and bow before greeting him. "Hail, your ladyship. Thy cuirass hardly contains ye might." Why did I say that? His lordship's face turns red and looks away. "Oh frick, that tapestry." She smiles and mumbles, "I thank thee. I am boy modeth." Is this some Saracen curse? The next day, my ale rations get doubled in celebration of her male faileth. Confusion.stained glass. I celebrate anyway. I don't want to look a pregnant gift horse in the mouth. Die of plagues 2 weeks later. What in the did I just read? What was that? If girls really don't have PPs, then how do they aim their pee? Lust-provoking picture. Irrelevant, time-wasting question. A tube comes out of the hole that they can aim. Drip drop, drip drop. Sometimes I really question the human mind's imagination. I just pulled off the perfect crime. My dog died 2 days ago and my job won't put me on full time, so TLDR, I really wanted/needed beer, but I'm broke. Around here, they stopped selling any kind of alcohol at 11 p.m. My brother got fired from a corner store a few years back. I remember him telling me how easy it is to steal beer if you just walk out with it because the employees there are required to not chase you and just call the cops. 1:30 and I need beer. Put bathrobe and sunglasses in backpack. Bicycle to a spot near corner store. Park bike and drop bag. Put on robe/sunglasses and face mask and act like old ass man. Limp, hunch, cough, everything. Even though I'm 21, this actually worked. Also, they stopped selling any kind of alcohol at 11 p.m. around here. wearing sweatpants and my dad's boomer shoes. Luckily, there was 2 loud black girls waiting before me. Act like I'm looking for something to buy. The girls are at the register. It's go time. Grab my favorite beer and act like I'm dumb walking towards the register. It's too late to buy beer. I continue walking. I said it's too late. Keeps going. The cops are on their way, a-hole. Literally, I just keep walking at a casual pace and leave. Go to my bike and take off robe/sunglasses. Literally just got free beer by walking into a store and walking out with it because of a loophole I heard from former employee. Congratulate me. Wife about to leave for holiday trip to Jamaica. Almost finished downloading all my games I'll play when she's away. Working from home due to the co-off, aka gaming all day. Kino, I love her, but sometimes a man needs some manly time alone. You guys should be thankful you don't have to deal with a woman's shit 24/7. Holiday trip to Jamaica. Be me. 24, perpetually single, pretty bad at poker but love hanging out with the friend group. Friday night, classic poker game turns into a drinking marathon. Stakes start normal, small cash bets, loser takes a shot, blah blah. Then Jack, the group clown, gets bored and suggests something ridiculous. Biggest losers have to go to couples therapy together, no backing out. Everyone laughs, seems like a joke at first. Then Emily, the unofficial group leader, says, "No, for real, we're doing this." By the time I realize it's serious, I'm too drunk to back out. Final round, all or nothing. Me versus Sophia, 23, this quiet girl who's more of a +1 to the group. Neither of us can bluff to save our lives, but I'm worse. I lose by a mile. Sophie groans. Are we really doing this? Everyone cheers and starts hyping it up. No way we're getting out of it now. Week later, Emily texts us both the info. She booked a session at some budget therapist downtown. Realize I don't even know Sophia well, but now we're fake partners. Day of the session, show up early and see Sophia waiting outside. She's in jeans and a hoodie, arms crossed, already regretting her life choices. We awkwardly say hi and go in. Therapist is this middle-aged woman who looks way too eager to fix us. Try to explain it's a bet, but she just nods and says, "Sounds like avoidance behavior. Let's unpack that." Sophia sighs and just goes along with it, making up issues about me being too emotionally distant. Decide to play along too, complain about her leaving the lights on all the time. Therapist eats it up, gives us exercises to improve communication, barely holding our laughter until we're out the door. Decide to grab a drink after because why not? Sophia's surprisingly funny when she's not stuck in awkward silence. Start bonding over how absurd the whole thing is. Joke about what we'll say next time. Next session, we up the ante, inventing a fake backstory about how we met at a mutual friend's cat cafe. Tell stories about imaginary fights over what to name the cat we don't have. Therapist praises us for our vulnerability and says we're making great progress. Leave every session laughing so hard we cry. Start hanging out outside of therapy just for fun. Realize she's not just funny, but also crazy smart and low-key adorable. By the 4th session, it's less about the bet and more about an excuse to hang out. Friends are dying to know if we're actually becoming a couple. Final session, therapist declares us emotionally connected and says she's proud of us. As we leave, I'm about to make some dumb joke when Sophia blurts out, "What if we tried this for real?" Brain short circuits, barely manage to say, yeah, okay, I'd like that. My face when a stupid poker bet turned into the best relationship I've ever had. Be Chinaman in 2024. Born into one-child policy era. Fast forward 20 years, I'm 5'4". Average looking, average income, average everything except my D that is smaller than a cat's D. My face when. There's only one woman per 100 men. Said women only want Uber Chang. No chance to wife up anyone. There are not enough women and the few want the same 10 guys. Still expected to work 10 hours a day to keep society afloat. Still expected to support aging parents. No life, no family, no future. Stuck in a cycle of grinding for CCP. My face when I'm keeping this society alive for Chang children because I will never have kids of my own. My face when Reed's she-daughter is using my taxes to live in Mutmerica and F white men. She even lost her V-card to one. My face when I'll probably end my days alone and nobody will care. Slave mentality, it's in my DNA. No rebellion, no revolution, just keep swimming in the frustration. Minus 1,000 social credits for not paying enough taxes. Thanks, CCP. Just turned 18 some months ago. Graduated high school with a 2.1 GPA. Was severely anxious and depressed until recently and pretty much just coasted. Made some good money doing side gigs, but it's slowed down to hardly anything. Living alone this summer, paying bills with said money, down to my last $1,000. Been applying to jobs for the better half of a year. A few interviews out of hundreds of applications and have not been hired at all. Seriously considering if college is a good decision if I can't even afford a semester. Pressure from family to pursue a 4-year degree but no college fund, lol. Adults I know making very good money can hardly afford to live on their own themselves, either with a roommate or still with parents. Adults that can't afford to live by themselves work dangerous, soul-crushing jobs. What do I even do from here? Am I doomed to NEET forever? The prospect of pursuing a career I want, if any, is becoming more and more out of reach. All I want is to live with my partner and work a decent job, if any, that can pay the bills.